Hi guys, this side Akshay. So today we will look into the topic of linked list. So let's introduce linked list for now. So linked list basically is a linear data structure. Plus linked list is an ADT. So let's start first describing with ADT. ADT basically means abstract data type. Uh, this contains of two different terms, like first is abstract and second is data type. So data type is basically a simple uh, group, type or class for similar kind of data that we need to store. And abstract, so basically let me describe the term abstract. So abstract basically means that something that hides its internal complexity and expose the meaningful or useful data to the user so that it will be used effectively without worrying about what is going on behind the scene. So abstract is quite a good thing that helps us to write our code compact without worrying about the complexity behind that functionality or behind that whatever the data type in this sense. So abstract is basically hiding complexities and exposing meaningful and useful uh, functions or data or whatever it seems useful to the users. Okay, so this is the ADT. We will get back to this soon later in the video. Let's describe what linear data structure means. So linear means that it follows a single straight line path. It doesn't have a bifurcations like tree data structure, or doesn't contains multiple paths just like a graph data structure. It is a simple data structure just like an array. It is a single line, single path data structure. So if I describe linearity in terms of path, this is a linear data structure. This is a hierarchical data structure where we have a tree-like view. This is multipath data structure like graph. Okay, so this is the linear data structure, and this is how we represent linked list in pictorial form. Okay, so how this linked list is different from array. Let's compare array with linked list. Okay, so both array and linked list are linear data structure. So both are linear data structure. Okay, so what's the difference between them? So in array we have something called like indexes. That array is composed of multiple indexes or homogeneous data which are stored in a predefined value or function, predefined difference from each other, like predefined distance from each other. So if we consider an integer array, and we suppose that integer is of 4 bytes, and the start of the array is at 100, so every next index will be at, and this will be at 104, this will be at 108. So this is like a predefined structure. So it is contiguous in memory. Like if one thing is here, another thing will be its neighbor, and it is a definite true that it must be a neighbor. That is why we can leverage the functionality of indexes in array. So what indexes is, indexes makes us use array to find some value at a some index uh, in just an instant in a big O of one complexity, that is a constant amount of constant speed, uh, constant amount of speed complexities. Okay, so how that will be done, like if my start point is at 100 and I want to find the eighth position, so what I can do is I can simply do 100 plus 8 into 4, because this 4 is 4 bytes of integer, so everything is 4 bytes apart. So I want to find something which is at 8 bytes apart, so I can simply do 8 into 4, which is 24, and 1024 124. The eighth value will be present at 1024 memory location. So that is the benefits of uh, array. Now let's consider the linked list. So in linked list we don't have indexes. In linked list we have something called nodes. So a linked list contains nodes. A linked list has nodes. Uh, Please mark these terms. The linked list has nodes. So it is has a relationship with nodes. So this particular pictorial form is basically a node in linked list, or basically in simple terms, let's call it LL nodes. That is linked list nodes. And each node contains two different types. So one more than two. It can be more than two, depending on the use case we are facing. But in general terms, it contains of two different set of information. First is the data it carries, and second is the pointer to the next data, pointer to next node basically. Okay, so this is how it is arranged, such as like this. Suppose this is the start of my linked list, and this start will contain the address to the next node. This node will contains address to the next node. This node will contains address to the next node, and so on. And in the end, it will be pointed to the null. Now, what is the benefit of using linked list and array? So we all know that while using array, we need to know the size of the array that we required before we are using it. So generally, we declare an array. Suppose a new int 10. So this describes that it will only contains 10, and it is not dynamic. We cannot change its size. We cannot change array size, and this size is also limited by the maximum value of int. Okay, so because we only consider the integer as the size of the array, so the size is limited with int value, and it is not dynamic in nature. We cannot grow array and shrink array as per the data is deleting or adding. So this is basically the one of the most important advantage of using linked list, that linked list doesn't have these foundations. It doesn't have the foundation of not being dynamic, not being static. So a linked list can grow when we want it to grow. So linked list can grow dynamically. And it doesn't have any upper cap to the size of that linked list. Okay. Also, there are some more benefits while using linked list instead of array. We will discuss them down the line, and we will compare after the complete linked list code and complete ADT structures. We will again compare the array and linked list together, and we will see how different operations in array are having different complexities with linked list. Okay, so let's now move on with the linked list ADT. Okay, so we discussed the ADTs. It is something that hides the internal details or internal complexity and exposes some useful or meaningful information to the user that user can leverage and use that data type for its benefits. So the linked list ADT defines these following functionality. It defines adding a node, add or insert a data. Let's call that insert data. Delete data. Third could be getting size of the linked list. Fourth will be search, and fifth could be delete whole linked list. Okay, so these are five general basic use ADT functions for a linked list. There can be more, would depend on the use case, but these are the basic five that must be present in a linked list. Without them, linked list won't be that effective that it could be. So let's start with inserting data and deleting data. So there can be three different types of insertion and three different types of deletion. So let's discuss them one by one. So I can insert at the start of the linked list, insert at the start, or I can delete from the start as well. Second would be insert at the end, and we can delete from the end as well, and insert in at anywhere. Insert or delete from anywhere. We can delete any node or we can insert at any position that we want to insert that. Okay, so okay, so let's start with creating. So earlier I said that linked list has nodes. Okay, so basically linked list linked list maintains has a relationship with a linked list node class. So basically I will be using Java to discuss the code and the structure of all the programs or topics. You can find the relatively uh, equal features in other language as well. So let's get started. I will be as generic as I can be in terms of language wise. So let's start. So basically we can have a class linked list. Okay, this class contains a link another class, or this class can contain another class, or this let's remove this class initially. So let's start describing with linked list nodes. Okay, so we have a class linked list nodes. Okay, this linked list node contains it must contain a data. For simplicity, we are considering that to be an int, and it contains a linked list node. Next. So basically, if I draw the pictorial form of linked list node, so this is the linked list node, and this part is defined by this data, and this pointer to the next node is defined by this next variable. So basically this is of the same type of this class. Okay, so this is how a linked list node is defined. Now let's discuss the class of linked list. So the class linked list, it can have these many of common methods. So let's uh, write them down one by one. So it first is insert. So we can have three variations: insert at start, insert at end, and insert at anywhere. So let's start with we are inserting a data at the start of a linked list. Okay, so we have a public method it will be a void insert at start. It accepts a integer value, and that is it. We will be doing pseudocode and actual code in the next video. Right now I'm just describing how it will look like at a very higher level. So when a user sees a linked list class, it creates an object. It will be only exposed to these particular methods for their disposals, and we will be discussing code in the next video. Next is public void insert at the end. Insert at end int12 public void insert at position. This will accept an integer value and a position that we want to insert at. Okay, so similar for the delete, and so we have covered insert, we have covered delete. Now the size. So while inserting the value in the linked list, we will be maintaining a long or an integer to describe that what is the current size of the linked list right now. So whenever the user asks for size, we will simply return that variable that we are storing, maintaining the size of the linked list. So let's consider this long size get size. This will simply return the size of the linked list, and the last one is delete the whole linked list. So we will be covering delete the whole linked list in the delete section as well. So this is how the overall structure of linked list at the at the highest level will look like. I will be discussing code in the next video, and until then, bye, take care. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and help this channel grow.